So what the frick is going on with David? Alright, so if you don't know who the heck he is, I didn't really know too much about the guy either. I mean, I heard of him before. He made some famous songs. But anyway, I'll give you a little rundown of his life. So basically, he started off his career by making Fortnite montages. And then he got copyrighted by the music because obviously he didn't own it. And you know, when he's using big songs, the labels are like, hey, you can't use that song. Your money is ours now. You know how that stuff works, copyright on YouTube. So then what happens is he asks his mom, he's like, shoot, what do I do, mom? He says, make your own music, boy. Fast forward a few years, and then he goes viral. SZA lets him open up her concert or whatever. He freaking makes a song for Fortnite, Invincible, Kelly Uchis. He appears on streams. He even has like a few funny clips and all that. But something else was going on behind the scenes, and it was something really dirty. It's actually probably the worst story in depth that I've ever really heard. Like, this is insane. This is some crazy stuff that I don't even freaking know, man. I don't know how to freaking explain it. But anyway, I'll just get into it. So let me just call. On September 7th and 9th, David is on tour and he's not in LA because, you know, he's all the way in Wisconsin and Minnesota. Why would he be making pit stops at LA? So then on September 8th, which is the day between both of the concerts, his Tesla is reported as abandoned and it's impounded. And while being on the impound lot, workers reported a bad smell coming from the vehicle, which was a freaking body in his car. And then what happened? The police were called. They freaking opened the Tesla and what did they find? Freaking decomposed body of a girl. So people are saying that the estimates around like the body was dead for probably like a month, but it was decomposed. It's reported that the remains amounted to a head and torso. So she was freaking dismembered. I'm talking like a Roblox character on some ooh, like, you know how when you die in Roblox, okay, I'm not even trying to be silly or nothing right now. You know how when you die in Roblox, that's literally how the freaking body, no arms, no legs, head, torso, that stuff's it. And then while he's still on tour, David says that he's gonna cooperate with the investigation because, you know, he obviously doesn't want to stop his tour. He's like, you know, I'm on a roll. I'm gonna keep going right now. Whatever the heck he's thinking. Like, okay, I don't want to get caught or whatever. I don't know what the heck he's thinking, but he stays on tour. He tells the police, hey, I'm gonna cooperate with you guys, but I'm not gonna be there and I'm gonna be on tour still. And so I told you guys that the body was found in a freaking Tesla, right? Technically body, head and torso. Technically body. The body was found in a Tesla, right? And if you guys don't know, Teslas are like statistically one of the hardest cars to steal. Like, it's hard to steal a Tesla. You cannot steal that motherfucker. So, some dudes still think that he's innocent. Some people think, oh yeah, you know, he got framed. Freaking someone put a body in his Tesla. He wasn't even there. How could he have done it, right? Breaking point, breaking news. LAPD identifies the body as would-be 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, reportedly missing in Riverside County in April 2024 when she was 13 years old. And then they freaking find out more about the body because obviously they identified the body. What did they find on the freaking finger? What did they find here? Tattoo. What does a tattoo say? 3 H's, ... Why is this important? You might just be like, okay, it's just a freaking tattoo. First of all, 15-year-olds, in my opinion, should not be getting tattoos. I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit early for that. I'm just saying, you know, your body's still growing, all that. That's not the point. The point is, you know who else has this tattoo? David and Celeste have the tattoo. And I don't know who the frick else you would get matching tattoos with other than the one you're dating. I'm like, what the frick? Like, right? That's what couples do. That's a cute couple thing, except when it's Celeste and David, because I don't know how to say it in a YouTube friendly way. I don't know what YouTube allows on this platform, but you know what he is. So next, David actually made a claim. He said that Celeste lied to her about his age. I mean, lied to him about her age, which is not even realistic at all, because I would be able to tell an 11-year-old from an adult. I think, I mean, I don't know, maybe no, okay, listen, he lied. Let's just say that he lied, okay, because he actually met her. He started talking to her when she was 11 years old. 11. So basically he's a EDP. And then there's also songs that he released on her birthday, and actually her body was found a day after her birthday, which I'm just figuring out right now, which is kind of even more evidence. So I don't know. Point is, these motherfuckers were dating, and that's not cool. That's not good. That's already not good in itself. You know, underage. Don't do this, bro. Like, this is just, so he made a freaking song that's actually titled her name and people leaked it. It's unreleased. You know how artists kind of have like unreleased songs sometimes? Yeah, so he had an unreleased song that was literally named her name, to my knowledge. And I can kind of see why it might have been unreleased, because people might have started getting I don't know, bro. I mean, I already would have been suspicious. If I would have known any of this stuff, I usually don't look into like celebrities' love lives and all that stuff. Bro, if I would have seen the girl that he's dating, I would have been like, bro, are you serious? Like, that's a kid. That's a kid. kid. And he's paying motherfuckers to hide the age of the girl. Dude, we can see the girl. Or maybe he kept her a secret. I don't know, bro. Apparently, he also freaking told the moderator of a Twitch stream that him and his girlfriend were on to delete all the VODs. And if you don't know what a VOD is, it's the video that gets uploaded after the stream is done. So deleting it means that there will be no trace left of it on the internet. Or at least he thought. Because motherfuckers clipped it. And now it makes him look even more bad. And they specifically clipped the part of him telling her moderators,
delete everything. Everything goes.
So I don't know. He's making it a secret. He's dating or whatever. Maybe, you know, he wants it to look like, you know, I don't want to be showing her all the time because that's not respectful to her. I don't know what the heck he's trying to make it look like. Point is, he's hiding her because it's a kid. It's a freaking kid. And he's trying so hard to freaking hide her. And I guess it worked because it literally didn't pop up until recent, which is insane to me. It's mind-boggling. Next up, there's been Discord messages from like years ago that literally freaking showed about this girl and showed that she was underage and showed that stuff's going on with her and she's missing, bro. One dude said, this is the best one. I want to say the funniest one, but it's really not funny because it's real. It actually happened. So this motherfucker David goes, at everyone, I'm in a song crisis right now. And a freaking dude in the server says, this is a year ago, by the way, August 15th, 2024. Gonzalo says, drop the one with the missing girl, Celeste Rivas Hernandez. First of all, I don't know how he knew this information. I don't know what happened, if he lives in the area or something. I don't know if he saw the missing flyer. I don't know what the heck is going on. Yeah, that's freaking crazy. And that kind of just shows it wasn't totally under the radar. Some motherfuckers knew about this, but they just didn't know how to really publicize the fact that this motherfucker likes kids. Like I said, it wasn't until recently that they actually started to find out because of the body in his car that was left in Hollywood Hills. Apparently, they got it from like his house or whatever because it was abandoned. So they, like I said, they impounded it and then that's where they found the body. Like I said, body. It wasn't a full body, of course, which makes it even more sick, right? Like every time that you think, oh, this story couldn't possibly get any worse, it's at its worst point. No, it always gets worse. That's the thing that I noticed about this freaking case. There is nothing that cannot make it worse. Look, he's an EDP. He basically kidnapped her when she was 13 years old. He started talking to her when she was 11. Probably the worst one. The body is found in his freaking Tesla. And then this motherfucker doesn't even address nothing. I looked at his TikTok. This motherfucker turned off the comments. He's trying to keep it hush. It's not gonna be hush. We know that you did it, David. We know. So yeah, like I said, you know how he was making it big. So he actually had brand deals. So he had stuff with Crocs and Hollister, which both of which, after this freaking situation, cut ties with him. We don't like David no more. Basically what they said. Hallie Uchis, also I'm sorry if I'm not saying that name right. I apologize, but I think that's the least of my concerns right now. She's getting the freaking music video that she made with him taken down. And I honestly would not blame her at all. I don't know what the heck I would blame her for. And then Jason, if you guys don't know Jason Tanween, this motherfucker, that's not with disrespect either. I'm just saying this motherfucker. So this guy, what he was doing basically is defending David on a stream with Ludwig. And he was asking him questions. Ludwig was asking him questions like, you think he's innocent or whatever? Jason was like, heck yeah, bro. Innocent till proven guilty. And then Ludwig was poking at him like, hey, are you sure? But like, you know, they kind of just laughed it off because like, you know, they didn't have the evidence that they had at that point. You know, it's all just kind of a blur, you know, body found in Tesla, whatever. Well, already it's kind of looking a little yikes for David, but as soon as they freaking identified the body, that was kind of like the turning point, like, oh shoot, nah, this motherfucker did it, bro. Right? The matching tattoos, the freaking release songs on her birthday, everything, bro. But yeah, like I said, Jason was basically defending him because he didn't know all the information that he had at that point. You couldn't really directly say that this motherfucker is the one that did something with, you know, even he got to back out. He said that,
I want to retract my statement. I was defending David before all the new evidence came out. I do not condone anything that David has done. One thing I also want to add, I'm not even close friends with David. I made a song with him. I had dinner with him one time in a group setting, and they saying I'm best friends with him. No, bro.
They pulled the "This Your Man's" card on him. He backed out that motherfucker immediately once he actually found out what was going on. So that's crazy. Even like his one supporter throughout the whole thing like is out of them. I mean the one supporter that like, you know, is known. Cause like there's like 1,000 motherfuckers on TikTok, believe it or not, still trying to defend him. The last straw that finally pushed me to make this freaking video, that made me post. It made me post. I don't ever post. Barely. The last straw that I seen was a freaking comment that said something like,
we can't put the blame on David because the freaking child has free will and the parents didn't do anything to
stop. Like, what? Are you hearing yourself? Buddy, the parents freaking told the police. They were trying to look for the child. The child is a child. The child doesn't know anything, man. The child thought she freaking found love. The child probably didn't even get to experience what the freak all this stuff meant because David basically took her into his arms when she was 11 years old. Long story short, technically you can't prove that it was him for any of this stuff. You can't prove it, concrete prove it, but it's kind of like, you know, the guy in the, I think it's from the movie Dexter, the guy that's like with the steering wheel, and he's like I can't prove it, but I know it. Like, this motherfucker guilty, bro. Let's just say that. Something that I really wanted to talk about is that this motherfucker says that he is Christian, which is absolutely insane to me, because there is no way that this is Christian behavior. How do you, what is your problem, man? I'm telling you, us Christians are not like this, bro. Please, guys, we're not like this, man. Okay? I gave my life to Jesus. I'm perfectly fine. I'm never gonna do this stuff in my life. And I could tell you that with a smile on my face, because I know that it's true, man. So I'm just gonna say, we are not like this, man. None of us are like this. Anyway, I wanted to read this. It's about his early life. It says,
Born in Queens, New York City, his family later moved to Houston, Texas. Until the age of 13, Bird, David, that's David's last name, strictly listened to gospel music. After hearing the song Gucci Gang by Lil Pump, he began to listen to more music on his school laptop, discovering XXX Tentacion and Members Only. Burke later covered the indie music genre through a Fortnite montage.
So basically, I guess Gucci Gang was like the turning point for all stuff bad in his life. I was just saying, like, you know, kind of weird to, you know, strictly listen to gospel music, and now because you did this, now it's sprouted out into this, now it's sprouted out into that, now it's sprouted out. No. Don't do this, please. Listening to Gucci Gang might not be as bad, but like, bro, if you're gonna keep taking the steps down the wrong path, stop yourself before you do this, please. I will start crying if that's what it takes for you to stop before you freaking do something like this, man. It's not cool. Anyways, that's all I had to say. I love you guys. Jesus loves you more. Don't do stupid stuff like this. Come on, bro.